Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, first day of a new month, June the 1st. I always love the first day of the month, the first day of the week, the first day of the year. It's like God is always saying to me, hey, I'm going to give you a brand new beginning. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And boy, do we need a psalm like Psalm 62 as we enter into a new month. David, we're not sure exactly from the circumstances that he wrote this psalm. Could have been when he was fleeing from Saul, could have been when he was made king and he was in Hebron. He still had to fight with the northern kingdom Israel to put the 12 tribes together. Or it might have been when Absalom and Ahithophel, his counselor, turned against him, and he's dealing with corruption in the highest places of government, whatever it is, and he needs God's help. And he's reminding himself that God alone can save him. God alone will encourage him, and God alone will reward him in this wonderful Psalm 62. So we've read most of it, but let me read the last section of verses beginning in verse 9. And David says, surely men of low degree are a vapor, men of high degree are a lie. If they are weighed in the balances or on the scales, they're altogether lighter than vapor. Do not trust in oppression, nor vainly hope in robbery. If riches increase, do not set your heart on them. God has spoken once, twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God. Also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy, for you render to each one according to his work. And so several times in this psalm, David says, I shall not be moved. In the ESV, I shall not be shaken. And that reminded me of a verse in Hebrews chapter 12 in verse 27. Now this, yet once more, indicates the removal of those things that are being shaken, as of the things that are made, that the things which cannot be shaken may remain. Since therefore we have received a kingdom which cannot be shaken, let us have grace by which we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. For our God is a consuming fire. There's a lot of things on planet Earth and in our lives and all around us that can be shaken. But my friend, we have a kingdom that cannot be shaken. I want to tell you, Jesus Christ will never be shaken. He is the solid rock. And that's why often David refers to him as my rock and my strength. He will not be shaken. You can depend on him. The word of God cannot be shaken. They can assault it with their lies. They can do whatever they want to tear it down, to deny its existence and not believe in it and call themselves atheists. It doesn't matter what they say. The word of God will not and cannot be shaken. It remains the same and it remains forever. Heaven and earth will pass away, Jesus said, but my word remains forever. And so David is basically saying over and again in this psalm, I'm putting my trust in the Lord. And that's why he finishes and reminds you, these people that are lying, cheating, corrupt, they're just a vapor. They appear for a little time and then they vanish away. And if you weigh them and put them on the scales, it equals zero. There's nothing there. Oh, they might make a lot of huff and puff and make a lot of noise and make you feel pretty rotten, but don't let them shake you, because my friend, your strength and your wisdom and your love is in the Lord. And God has spoken once, twice have I heard this. And that's the Hebrew way of saying many times over and again, I've heard that power, authority belongs to God. He sits on the throne. I can trust him. And you can too. He will not be shaken. And then notice, also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy. So not only strength and power and authority belongs to God, mercy belongs to him. And my friend, we need his mercy every day. And his mercies and compassions, they do not fail. His faithfulness every night, you can look back and say, wow, the Lord took care of me. That's the word of God. That's the truth of Psalm 62. Be encouraged as you know you have a God who cannot be shaken. And because of that, you can say, I shall not be moved. I shall not be shaken. My hope, my trust is in him. God bless you. and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless.